As you make progress with your Arduino project, your Arduino file will start to be quite long with many lines and many functions until a point where you simply get lost. So what you want to do is to split your file into multiple files to get a better organization for your project. And that's what I'm going to teach you in this tutorial. So right here, I have created a new Arduino project. This is a new sketch. And basically, this is the blink LED example, but I have put the Arduino functionalities inside custom functions here. So I have 3 custom functions. And what I want to do here is simply to put those functions inside a different file. So in my main file, I only have the define for the LED pin, and I only have setup and loop functions. So to create a new file for your project, you can simply go here, click on this arrow here, and you will select New tab, or you can do Ctrl Shift and N. You need to give a name, so I will name it LED functions.h and click on OK. In fact, I'm going to create a second file, which name is LED functions.cpp. So the Arduino language is basically a subset of C and C++. So of course, when you write C or C++ programs, you will use .h or HPP files or headers, and then you will put the implementation in .cpp files. And the two files share the same name. Okay, so before we actually move those functions here, let's go to the H file and configure it. So we will add include guards. If ndef, you can put the name of the file in uppercase, LED functions, and finish with _h, and then define with the exact same name that you can copy and paste so you don't make any typo. And if. Okay, so include guards are very important. So you will put all your code inside this and this. So when you import this H file from multiple other files, the code won't be duplicated. And now this header file will contain the prototypes for the functions. So I will copy here the first function, so the type, the name of the function, and the parameter. I'm going to copy and paste it here and add a semicolon. That is the prototype for the power on LED function. And I'm going to do that for all 3 functions. Okay, now that we have the prototypes, we can go in the .cpp file, and first we are going to include, with quotes, the H file. Okay, so in the cpp file, you will always include the H file, which has the same name. And now you can add the implementation. So I'm going to copy and paste all 3 functions here. So you have the prototypes here and you have the implementation here. Just one more thing that is very specific to Arduino before we finish those files. Here, as you can see, we use Arduino functionalities, and the byte type is also coming from Arduino. This is not a standard C or C++ type. So what will happen if you just try to compile it like that, you will get an error. And you need to include here Arduino.h. So whenever in a new file you want to use Arduino functionalities, you need to include Arduino.h. Okay, and we don't need to add this include line in the cpp file because the cpp file already includes this header file, which includes Arduino. So basically, when you have your main program, inside the main program, this line is kind of automatically included for you. You don't see it, but it's here. Whenever you create a new file, you have to include it if you want to use Arduino functionalities. So the H file is finished. The C++ file is finished. Now we can go back to our main file. I'm going to remove those. And if we want to actually be able to use those functions here, we are going to include LED functions.h. So you include the H file. All right, now what I'm going to do is to save this. I'm going to name it test split file. So I'm going to save it as a new project. Okay, so when you save it, it will save all 3 files. And what I can do is first make it compile to see if it works. Okay, so no problem. And now I have my Arduino board. So this is an Arduino Uno and it is connected here. And now I can simply upload the program and see the LED blinking like it was before. All right, so now we have the exact same functionality as before, but with this main file plus this C++ file and this header file. And of course, you can create as many files as you want in your project. If you liked this video, subscribe to get more tutorials like this in the future. Also, check out my online courses to learn Arduino step by step by practicing and directly going to the point, links in the description. Thank you for watching, see you in the next tutorial or in one of my courses.